Andrew, it's Friday. It's Friday morning. What are you going to do with the rest of your day, mate?
I'm gonna what I'm gonna do, Sam. I'm gonna do some editing. I'll tell you what. We'll probably do another news video, and we're gonna watch some sweet movies tonight. What about you?
Oh yeah, pretty much all of the same, except minus the movies. I'm probably just gonna go home and play games until my eyes bleed. But anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at the news headlines. An AEW star has revealed that they turned down WWE after a tryout. An Impact Wrestling star has revealed that their contract expires in June. And Mickie James has discussed Eva Marie's controversial return. Find out more in a bit. We kick things off with the news that a current AEW star had a tryout with WWE, but then turned them down and went to work for AEW. And that star is Jade Cargill. What do you make of this, Andrew?
Wow, I think that's a big deal. She's been doing really good things on AEW. She's been really dominant. She's been booked really dominant. Her promo work is amazing. You can't forget about the fact that her and Red Velvet really shone in the tag team match that they had with Cody and Shaq as well. And that was fantastic.
What a set of names to just come in to.
Exactly.
It's huge,
exactly.
Isn't it?
To plop her in there. I think. Obviously we haven't seen what she could have done in WWE, but I think out of just everything that's happened with her recently, I think she's made the right choice, really. What do you think?
Yeah, well, she appeared on Wrestling with the Week where she kind of discussed her start in wrestling, and she said, I was just as tough as the guys. I was bigger, stronger. Watching Chyna really put a lot of confidence in myself. When she walked on stage, she had a presence about herself that was so sure. She was talking about the fact that, when she would want to play wrestle, people wouldn't want to wrestle her, or when she'd want to wrestle in general, people wouldn't want to wrestle, and it was sort of, she was like, no, I'm going to be able to do this anyway. She says, that's what drew me in. I came around the Attitude Era. The opportunity came up with Mark Henry. He set me up with a WWE tryout. It went well. I was asked to come, turned it down. Here I am at AEW, and I'm enjoying it. Apparently, she was in a class of tryouts at the Performance Center in April of 2019, and then from there she went to AR Fox's WWA4 Academy, and then on the advice of her mentor Mark Henry, she trained with Heath Miller, Heath Slater, and Richard Borger's school, which is face-to-face wrestling, and then she finished off her training in the Nightmare Factory. But will WWE grow to regret this, and is this going to be more of a common thing, that people are going to sort of play off each side a little bit, maybe have a tryout each way and then work out where's best for them? Because as the wrestling market opens up, surely there's going to be more and more of this.
Yeah, you'd think so. And I guess obviously seeing a story like Jade Cargill's and how well she's doing in AEW now, maybe that does give people more incentive to think about it, go for a tryout and then think, okay, yeah, I've got this, I might be able to apply this somewhere else, which, might happen. I'm kind of thinking now, I can't stop thinking about Sam, if she went to NXT and did have some really good matches with Raquel Gonzalez, that would have been nice. That would have been really cool.
It would have been, but at the same time, I don't know, it's super exciting, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And it's always amazing that there is more, well now especially, there's now more than one big place for everybody to work, and it's just going to drive this level of competition and the offerings that the company have to present to the talents moving forward. So speaking of AEW, Andrew, let's get to the bit that everybody loves whenever there's a wrestling show ever, the bit that everybody can't wait for, the maths. That's right, we're taking a look at the ratings. That means numbers and stuff. But the ratings are in for the May 5th episode of Dynamite, which featured the Blood and Guts match. And it finished first in the night.
Wow.
On cable, which is huge. The episode drew 1.090 million viewers, and it's up from 889,000 the week before, which the show posted 0.42 in the coveted 18 to 49 demographic, and it's up from 0.33. It's the first time AEW have ranked number one amongst the top 150 shows on cable. Wow. This is the thing, and it's obviously great news for Tony Khan and AEW as a whole, but this is the thing. This is why this is an important rating to announce. Look at it. It's sitting
huge.
atop the mountain. Just sitting atop the mountain. It's massive. That's absolutely massive. Just well done to AEW for that one. So on the topic of blood and guts, there's a little bit of an update surrounding the match. And thankfully, nobody involved in the match was badly injured, though Sammy Guevara was banged up with some cuts and bruises, as seen in the picture that he posted to social media. Oh, it looked like he had quite a few stitches. It was... oh... Yeah, but do you want to tell us a little bit more about it, Andrew?
Yeah, so obviously, as you said, like thankfully, no one was really badly injured in the match. It looked like Sammy had some sort of like some gash on his shoulder that he had stitched up, and then a gash in his head as well. Other people as well have posted on social media. So you've got like Cash Wheeler posted some pictures of him busted open, and just him, Dax, and Sean Spears. Sean Spears? It is Sean Spears. It is Sean Spears. Yeah, all right. Yeah, them three together, and just like all the gear was all bloody and stuff. We've also got some more information about that. So while the match lasted the best part of the second hour of Dynamite, Dave Meltzer noted on the Wrestling Observer Radio that the participants had to trim about 4 minutes off the match in order to get it in on time, like finish it on time and everything. Brian Alvarez then mentioned that it was likely due to Kenny Omega coming out with his segment and going a little bit long. So, but I mean, it didn't seem as though they rushed anything really. They seem to adapt well to like knowing that they had to trim stuff down.
You heard it here first from Andrew, and AEW angry with Kenny Omega. No, I'm just joking. Yeah. He's just a real life heel. He's just out there, doing his thing. But yeah, thank God nobody was hurt though. It's just such a spectacle, and everything involved in and around it. So much that could. Darby even getting thrown down the stairs looked gnarly, and it's
mental.
Just like, just thank God everybody's all right. Now we take a look over to the Impact side of the fence, where a major Impact star's contract is set to expire soon. Who is it, Andrew?
It's only big old Moose. It's Big Moose.
Moose. Yeah, so it was reported back in January that Moose's contract was set to expire in June. Now, Don Callis came out and was like... But now Moose has taken to social media to seemingly confirm that. What did he say, Andrew?
So he said, the man himself, so he confirmed it in a tweet saying, "My goal is to win the Impact Wrestling World title before my contract is up in June." So,
yeah. There's a number of places that he could go. There's always been some speculation surrounding him and NXT or him and WWE, but it seems like it's not really that feasible because the company are kind of concerned about some previous legal issues that Moose has had. But he does have contacts within Ring of Honor or links to Ring of Honor, and he's got links to the wider indie scene as a whole. So I'd imagine there's no shortage of places that would sign Moose if he is up and available. He is a capable wrestler and he's entertaining to watch. What more could you want out of him,
Exactly, he's amazing. I don't know if it's just like some sort of, not a work, but I guess, just like kind of sort of putting people on
Is he putting
notice
the
and stuff.
screws on?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I would like to see Omega and Moose have a match. I know that Moose is like a heel and stuff, so heel versus heel would be a bit weird, but them two together in a title match would be awesome to see, because Moose is so agile and stuff, and like it'd be awesome.
Just speaking from experience, they will not be able to get rid of the chant. The chant takes months to get rid of. No matter what, no matter who's wrestling, it just happens. It's just everybody in the audience going, "Moose, Moose, Moose," until he pops his head out of the curtain and everybody goes, "Hey!"
What happens if he like pulls like a mask off and he is just a moose?
Oh no, that'd be
good.
That'd be all sorts of levels of insane. And finally, when it was announced that Eva Marie was going to be returning to Raw after the firings of the likes of Mickie James and the Iconics and Chelsea Green, it's safe to say that a few people were kind of miffed. Miffed? Would you say, Andrew?
That's good. I think that's to say the least. Probably.
Yeah, fans were up in arms, to put it nicely. But yeah, many people have been wondering about what these talents must have thought about that signing after they've been unceremoniously, released by the company, and especially Mickie James, who very publicly shared her experience with all of the things being placed into bin bags and sent to her, and Yeah, it's awful. But James was speaking about Eva Marie's impending return during an appearance on the Oral Sessions with Renee Paquette. She says that, honestly, I think it's incredible she's been able to step away and still remain relevant, rebrand herself, and almost excel outside. I don't think her wrestling ability was ever her strength. I know she's been down at NXT working on stuff, so I don't know. I don't think the wrestling bit was ever really her thing. I feel like there's always been, even going back to old school wrestling, that there's a role for everybody, and not everybody has to be a 5-star wrestler or whatever, and can have dream matches. That doesn't have to be a thing. If their character's strong and they can sell tickets and get ratings, I guess it works. If she can capitalise on all this heat and just kind of go, yeah, so... That's where the real thing is. That's where everybody will hate her and it'll be great for her. And I agree with Mickie there. Eva Marie should really lean into that side of things. But it's worth noting as well here that Owen actually brought this up just on the chat before we started, that Renee actually received some items in a bin bag as well. So it's just, a lot of people having these very negative experiences. But yeah, I mean, this all came after the Mickie James thing anyway. After when they announced the return of Eva Marie, she tweeted the little mind-blown emoji. Yeah. And everybody's been kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. What do you make of the way Mickie's sort of addressed this here?
I think she's been very respectful. Obviously, it's a bit of a strange one with Mickie James being such a legend that she is in women's wrestling, and then having her released, and then someone, I don't want to say someone like Eva Marie, but someone maybe less experienced, such as Eva Marie, come back after all this thing. It is a bit strange to sort of think about, but obviously, I think WWE seem to have some sort of plan, and hopefully they'll go forward and do Eva Marie's return sort of justice and get... I think the thing about Eva Marie is heat, and this is a heat move, if anything. Yeah, so.
they need to capitalize on that, as Mickie said. But yeah, I think that it's just a shame when you look at it. The fact Mickie is a legend, and a living legend who still very much go in the ring at that, and just how everything turned out. Yeah, it's got to sting a little bit to see Eva Marie back, but yeah, she kind of hit the nail on the head. They need to capitalize on that heat, or it's all just gonna fall apart. But anyway, that has been your first dose of Morning Friday Wrestling, almost weekend bumper edition news.
It's like an omnibus. It's like when you get to Weekend Sam and Emmerdale, all of them crammed
6
together.
6 hours, yeah.
Yes, come on, Zach Dingle.
But yes, is there anything you'd like to add, Andrew?
No, just hope everyone's staying safe, having a good day, and we'll see you again. We'll see you again
today. You in just a little bit. Yeah. Catch you later.
Bye.